Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. Listen, glad to have you guys here on this Monday, the 1st of June, 2020, starting a new month. You know what? They need to do something, and they need to do it right away. The United States government. What they need to do is in every single city in the United States of America that's over the population of 10,000, they need to set up an office. Now, setting up an office would require people, carpenters and everything, to come in and fix a place up, you know. Pick a building, someplace in the city, put office space in there, and hire construction companies and stuff to put people to work, pay them with government money, and then hire people from the local community, people that are out of work, and give them a job in this office, have desks and chairs and everything else. Do it very quickly. Hire these people, and these people would be interviewers. And what they'd do is they'd take the people from the local community, people that are out of work and stuff, could come in there to be interviewed by the government, and then give them a subsidy. Make it easy to apply, and you don't have to apply over a phone, for crying out loud. You'd have an office where you could go to and talk to a real person. This would give confidence to the people of America in their government, that they don't. What happens when somebody lifts up the phone and they're trying to get assistance, and they get told you're going to have to wait 4 hours and get in a big long queue on a telephone, and then they finally get through after waiting 4 hours on the phone, and they have to talk to a machine. How much confidence are they going to have in their government if that happens? This would put people to work. You'd have the people in there, you could talk to a real person. You could go there, and automatically they'd get right on, and you would have an income again. Because you just tell them your situation, say, well, I'm a poor working mother, you know, and I got to support 2 kids, and I lost my job because of COVID virus, and so on. All they'd basically say is, well, what is your insurance number? And they'd write down the details, and they could talk to a real person. And then the next month, or maybe 2 weeks later, their check would arrive in the mail. This would give Americans confidence in their government. And it would put people to work, because each one of these offices that they open up, and the construction companies would have a job, at least one job, building this new office for the government, and make it nice and posh. You know, show that the government has some money. And all that making it posh would and buy only American for equipping it. Like, you're going to buy desks? Buy American-made desks. Going to buy chairs? Buy American-made chairs. You're going to hire people in the community, construction companies? Hire small construction companies that are having problems right now. One office for each city in the United States of America, and staff it accordingly. Like, so for a bigger city, have a bigger office with more people. And hire each one of these people, and that's more jobs. And then this would be a simple way of giving Americans confidence in their government again. Someplace that they can go and talk to a real person and grieve their problems. Train these people that work in these offices to listen and to sympathize with the Americans that are coming in that are out of work. Sometimes all these people need is a sympathetic ear from their government. That's all they need to make them feel better about the entire situation that's going on. You know? And this is the problem. People don't have anybody to talk to. They pick up the phone, and what do they got? Some stupid recording. This doesn't give them confidence. Then the next thing you know, they're out on the street. Mad. You know? This would help to settle things down tremendously. I mean, they're already doling out the money anyway. You know? Dole it out. The print press is running. Why just keep propping up Wall Street? Wall Street just wants more and more, like a hungry beggar. They just want constantly more. Wall Street. And all they're doing is the market keeps going up, and then the market stalls. They give them $4 trillion, and the market's now stalled again. They want $8 trillion. And then 16.32. Meanwhile, the people out there, what are they getting? Nothing. They're the real economy. They're the real workers of America. They're the ones that really support all this mess that these politicians have created. You know? Don't they deserve something for all their hard work for all these years? Give it to them. You got a print and press. Let her go. Boys, put people back to work. Anyway, let's get started. Let's open up the charts right here and take a look at what's going on today. Silver price, $18.34. You see how gold and silver feed off of trouble? See how it feeds off of trouble? And so does cryptocurrency. They feed off of trouble, because they're a safe haven asset. They're where people go when times get rough. They go to gold and they go to silver. Let's take a look. Well, silver's $18.34 today. It's up 50 cents on the day so far. That's a big day for silver. Take a look at gold. $17.39. And gold isn't up as much. It's only up $11. But gold's doing good too, an awful lot of what has to do with gold and silver has to do with if you want to preserve your wealth outside the financial system, if you want to preserve your wealth that's not connected to their Ponzi scheme dollar, and you want something that's going to help to keep your wealth, gold and silver is the place to look. Look at the real physical metal. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be in these SLV or GLD, because that's all connected to the dollar. They can turn the tables on you, and they can settle in dollars for all that stuff. And the dollar is gonna, the end game in all of this is they're just gonna have to keep. I don't know exactly how long it's gonna take, but they're just gonna have to keep printing until these fiat currencies are worth nothing in the end. Because politicians, they will always try to satisfy their people that elected them, and this means keeping them happy means giving them more money, and money is this paper fiat currencies, and in the end they just have to keep giving them more and more to keep the system propped up, and in the end they make it worthless. That's the end game. Let's take a look now at cryptocurrency market capitalizations. $269.7 billion. So it is going up, 65.2% Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance is down a little bit. That is a good signal, good sign in cryptocurrencies. We're looking at a Bitcoin price of $95.53. And you know what? I think this time when it breaks through $10,000, I don't think it's going to go back down. I think this time when she breaks through $10,000, it's gonna be it. It's gonna break through it. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones today. It's up 45 points on the day, which is minuscule compared to the big leaps it's been making. It just seems to me now that the effects have worn off. The effects of that big stimulus they got. It's almost like a guy getting drunk, and after a while he starts to sober up. They're sobering up from this big stimulus they just got. Boy, didn't they sober up quick. The market's going nowhere now. They got all that big stimulus, and now the market's going nowhere. They want more. That's the thing. Market's probably going to start to drop because they're not getting until they get more. And it's always going to be more. They're going to need more and more to hold this market up. But, they got a print and press. So, they'll watch the regular economy go down the tubes, and they'll be very stingy with the regular economy. But this Wall Street economy, oh man, they open up their pocketbook for the Wall Street economy. Anytime they see the Wall Street economy start to go down a little bit, they open up that pocketbook, and they open it up big. If they opened up that pocketbook half as big for the people out there who are starving, the real economy would pick up, and then they'd have something. But these beggars these guys on Wall Street, these crooks on Wall Street, they're just socking it away, and there's no end to how much they'll sock away. It's a liquidity trap. The money, they're just pumping it in there, and I mean, it's a liquidity trap. Let's take a look now at crude oil. 34.83 today. It's down 66 cents, or 1.86% for crude oil. U.S. Treasuries today, and we're looking at rising yields today. All the way, most of the board is rising yields. The 30-year has risen 5.7 basis points. It's 1.46, and the 10-year has risen 2.7 basis points, and it's standing at 0.671. Now let's move on and take a look at the dollar. Dollar's not looking good. It's dropping, and it's being compared against mostly the euro. Can you imagine how poor the dollar is doing that it can't hold ground against the euro? And the euro is ready to be tossed in the trash bin. You know, I mean, the euro is on shaky ground, to say the least, you know. And the dollar can't even hold ground against the euro. 97.94. So it started today at, let's see, 98.22. And now it's 97.494. Anyway, listen, thank you guys for listening to this show. Like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. We'll catch you guys in the very next episode. Bye-bye.